Hey everybody. So I just wanted to take some time here to do a full walkthrough of ggLeap software. And a lot of people who are interested in our software, they let us know, hey, what can I do to check out a demo and that type of thing. And what we really like to do is we like to walk you through the whole thing. So that's the purpose of this video right now, and it's my first Facebook Live video, so I may totally screw it up, but the point is that we want to allow you to see how this all works. So I'm going to talk a little bit about two main things. I'm going to talk about the ggLeap client and administrator, and then I'm going to also talk about ggCircuit, our competition global system. So first off, my name is Jason McIntosh, and I am a part of the eBash video game centers in Indiana, and I've been working with ggCircuit and ggLeap since about the beginning. So we run ggLeap and have since the beginning. We've been running LAN centers for 13 years in Indiana, and ggLeap is basically our idea to create software just for LAN centers by LAN center owners, and to provide the best experience we can to provide a different gaming experience for your customers in your center. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you the client. So I'm going to bounce around a lot. I apologize if you see a bunch of windows on here, but I'm doing this off of my laptop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to admin into a PC that's about 2 hours away from me. So let me do that really quickly. So as you can see here, this is the administrator, which we'll get into here in a little bit. I've got PC 9 ready, so I'm going to remote access into that. And with our system, you have TeamViewer as a way to access your PCs remotely. So all I have to do is right click on that PC. It gives me the TeamViewer details, and I can go into that. Hang on just 1 second. Okay, so here is our client. And just so that I can kind of see what's going on, I'm going into our Facebook page so I can make sure that the video is all going and working fine. All right. So this is our client right now, and it controls the desktop. It opens up in shell mode outside of Windows, so you have good security in regards to people not being able to access certain things. Then all you have to do is log in. As long as that user has time on their account, it's going to open up.
Welcome to.
So it's going to look a little bit jerky at the beginning, and that's just because I'm remoted into this PC. But this is basically our user interface once it is logged in. So what you'll see over here on the left-hand side is the username and statistics related to that specific user. If I, and so this is all of our ggCircuit information, how many coins you have, what the available balance is. You can see their rankings, both local in-store, regional, which is your continent, and globally around the world. So ggLeap and ggCircuit is a worldwide network of centers that work together and play together. Down here at the bottom is your fuel gauge. So it's the amount of time that you have on your account to play. And in here is all of your games that are available. So if I wanted to filter down and find League of Legends, I would type in League, I would click on that game, and I would launch the game.
Launching.
And so as long as your customers have time, they can launch games and play like they would normally play. You control what games are available and are not available in ggLeap. You can launch pretty much any game, any application, as long as you have an executable available. So just want to show, game launching within ggLeap. One other thing that I will note very quickly is related to our leaderboard system. So ggCircuit and ggLeap are one and the same. If you have a subscription to ggLeap, you get ggCircuit. So right now in each of these games, you can register for leaderboards. And what that's going to do is that's going to automatically log you into our ggCircuit website and allow you to link your League of Legends summoner. So with the ggCircuit system, you can link League of Legends, Smite, and Dota, and you can get more coins because we pull your match stats and apply our coin formula to what you do in game. So you only have to link it one time, and then you're set. We give you coins for kills, assists, negative kills for deaths, and I'll explain that more when we go through the ggCircuit system. The other thing that's nice about ggLeap is you can click on View Profile here, and that's also going to open up your profile. So it's going to show you how many coins you have earned, how many you have spent, how many prizes you've redeemed. It gives you a graphical look at your 7-day totals. It gives you a coin breakdown of where your coins are coming from, hourly skill coins like League of Legends, Dota, and Smite. Also shows you your history, so you can go down here and see where your coins are coming from, as well as the history of your prizes that you've redeemed. So a lot more to go on into that and show you all about that. And really that's about it for the client. It looks complicated, but it really isn't. For you center owners, basically all you have to do is install the client on each of your PCs, and then our web administrator is web-based. So let me take a moment just to show you what it would look like to install ggLeap on your PCs. All right, so I'm hopped over into my own personal desktop here. So for each client, all you have to do is download the ggCircuit client. You click install, it's going to go through the installation process, and then you're going to click finish. Once you click finish, it's going to ask you to enter your ggLeap server information, so your login and password, and then you can give a name to that PC. So I'm not going to go through the entire process here because I don't want to end this call once the PC is going to restart. Well, I just want you to see how easy it is to get started with the installation. So I'm going to pop open my browser here really quickly, and we're going to take a look at the administrator. So what sets us out differently from other competitors is our administrator is cloud-based. So you do not need a server in your center to run the administrator. It's all completely ready to go. It takes us about a day to get your server set up, and then you can go to town doing all of your settings and such. So what's great about it is it's cloud-based, so all you need is a web browser. You can access it via web browser, tablet, phone, and do all of the administrative tools that you would use anywhere. So I joke with center owners sometimes that they could really administrate their store in their pajamas if they wanted to, because they can do a bunch of stuff via their phone, via their tablet, anywhere that they are, to assist their employees if need be. So this is our administrator, and I know it looks pretty basic, pretty text-based, but there's a lot of power that goes into this. So where I'm going to start is I'm going to talk about computers. So computers is really your home base in regards to what's going on in your store. So I am logged into a center that's in Indiana, and you can see this is the list of the PCs. So I was just talking about once you install the client on each PC and you enter your server information, whatever you name that PC is going to show up here in the computers list. So as you can see in this list, I've got a handful of people logged in at this center, and it shows who's logged in, it shows how much time's on their account, what they're actually playing, and also offers. So if I was to have a new user come into the center and he paid for time, all he needed to do was have his time added to his account. There's multiple ways to add time, and we'll get into that here in a second. But if I wanted to do a new user, and I'm just going to call him demo user for simple, all you have to do is create the username and then save and add time. We'll talk about save and add offers, which is important a little bit later, but I just want to get this guy going. So I say save and add time. I'm going to add 4 hours of time onto his account, and that indicates that that time was added to that user's account. Then I can search for demo user in the users list, and you can see that that time was added. So now if I bounce back over to the ggLeap client and I log out of the user that's currently logged in, and so again, this is the test case of a brand new user coming into your store. So demo user, you just need to tell them, hey, put your username in, leave your password blank, and click login. The first time that they do that, they're going to get a registration form. And again, they only have to do this the first time that they are in your store. Every other time, all they need to do is log in with their username and password. And then click register. And that's going to log that new user in.
Welcome to ggLeap.
And as you can see, I added 4 hours of time on this person's account, and 4 hours of time is there on the fuel gauge. All right, I'm going to bounce back to the browser really quick. Okay, so I'm actually on PC 9, so you can see that the computers list updated with that user being logged in and is tracking his time. So that's the initial client test case of a new user coming into your store. Now with all of these data rows, you can see that you can right click on this user and do a lot of things. You can add remove time, you can add an offer, you can view their past offers, you can edit their account, which you can enter in more information here. You can reset their password if they forget, or if you want to, you can delete the user. So in a nutshell, that is users. So I'm going to look at a specific user in this store, and I'm going to click on this little I, which is in the offers column. So as you can see, this person has a day pass added to their user account, and this is the history of their offers on their account. So you can see how much time was utilized up in that user's expired offers. Just want you to show that so that once we get to offers, you'll kind of understand a little bit more of how offers work. All right, so I'm going to go back to computers, and again, on any of these data rows, I can right click on this stuff and I can do more things. So I'm on PC 9, so I can add remove time to the user that's in there. I can add an offer to that user's account. I can rename the PC. I can go and utilize admin mode if I want to, which means to close out the client. I could restart the PC. I could shut down, all within the web browser. So if I went to restart a PC, I could just right click on it, click restart, and it's actually restarting. I can't prove that to you right now because I'm not remoted into that PC, but it is going to do the whole actual restart process. If I wanted to log in as a guest, so let's say you have a birthday party, you have an event going on, and you just don't have time to create user accounts, you can take a look at this. This would be your guest login. So if they just wanted free time, you can just say free play and hit confirm. We do have prepay and post-pay options so that you can keep track of those. Certain centers do different things, so just know that those options are available. You can also do a session length. So if it was a 2-hour birthday party, you could just put 2 hours to that session length, and it would log out at the end of that session length. Okay. So that is a real quick overview of computers. I'm going to move on to consoles. So we've had a lot of questions from people saying, hey, I see all this information about PCs, but what about consoles? As it stands right now, we have a system that is manual in regards to consoles. We do have plans in the future to have some sort of an auto logout mechanism, but I have no estimated time of when that will be done down the road. But all you really need to worry about is what you can do in here right now, which is you can create a new console. Let's name it Jason PS4. And I'm going to create a PS4 node. I'm going to save that. You can see that it pops up. It succeeded, pops up in the list. And so I'm going to jump back over to my user interface and log him out really quick so that I can add a user into this console. So as I was typing, it filters down to that username. I click confirm, and it logs that user into that specific PS4. So really think of it right now as an egg timer. It's got an unlimited amount of users that you can add to a console, and it will just track their time like they are actually logged into a PC. The thing that you have to keep in mind is that once that user is done, if his time has not already expired, you will have to manually log them out of a console as it currently stands. So I'm going to go back to demo user for just a second, and I'm going to add remove time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove 3 hours and 54 minutes from that person's time. So he's got a minute and a half. He's still logged in to this console, and I'm just going to leave it there for right now so that you can see that once that person's time is ran out, what you will see in the web browser. Okay, so I'm going to move on for just a second. Guests, this is where all of your guest sessions are tracked. So earlier I was talking about logging into a computer as a guest. That information would be shown on this guest list, and you could do different tasks to the guests, but currently I don't have any in there. Let's take a look at that really quick. Going to go to this PC, going to log in as a guest, confirm. So now you can see PC is 11 is logged in as a guest as a free play session. And so once I go in there and I log him out, then that guest session is no longer there. Okay, so let's talk about the big one, and that is games. What I want to be clear about with ggLeap is that we do not have every game in this cloud catalog available to you. What we have done is we've gone ahead and we've done a little bit of pre-work, and there it is. Okay, so demo user is logged into a console and ran out of time. You should log them out. So this would be the case where you go to that console, let that user know his time is up, and he either needs to leave that console or pay for more time. So all you have to do to get rid of that is just click on the notification, and then I'll log him out here. All right, back in the game. So we do not have all of these games available to you. Really need to think of ggLeap as a pointer system. What we have done ahead of time is we've gone ahead and pre-configured a lot of these games for your PC so that you don't have to spend a lot of time going and finding box art, knowing whether the game is a Steam, Battle.net, origin, executable, whatever. However, there is a lot of information here and a lot of different scenarios, and it's one of those things that as you come aboard ggLeap, it's one of those things we kind of have to, guide you through the tutorials of the different scenarios. So I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time, but I'm going to talk about three main scenarios here in the games area. So number one, these are all the games. Currently, we as ggLeap control this catalog, and we keep open support chats with all of our customers. So if they need a new game, we are very quick to add it to this catalog. In regards to support and open chat support chats in Facebook and Skype, we have a team of people in Ireland and here in the US, so we're pretty much covering support 24/7. And it's pretty rare that you don't hear from us fairly recently after you put in a request. Initially, or eventually, I believe we'll add in the ability for a center to control their own games, but it's the way it is right now. So let's talk about the first scenario, and that would be a game that, man, I can't spell, League, a game that is an executable. So you can see this game has a little line around it. That just is an indicator that it is enabled for this center to see it on their ggLeap user interface. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. This is League of Legends. So you would need to have League of Legends installed in the same location on all of your PCs. League of Legends is a free-to-play game. It is an executable. So the type of game would be executable. You would need to put your own path in there. No quotes. It needs to have the full file extension in the executable path. Any additional parameters you want to do there, I'm not sure if League has any, but like full screen, windowed mode, that type of thing would be your responsibility to go out and find or ask us, and we may have ran into it before. And then all you have to do for it to show up is, number one, have your path correct. Number two, you would need to set enabled equals yes, and then save the game. Okay, so once that's all taken care of, it should show up in your user interface. You may need a log out, log in to the client for it to recognize that that game is there, but if everything's good, ggLeap should show it. So I'm going to go to, I'm going to clear this out, and I'm going to search for Team Fortress 2. Okay, so this is also enabled already. And what we have done ahead of time is we have the ability to auto log into game launchers. So where we currently are is version about 0.641. So we're still in beta. We're about 10 months in. We're still in beta. We have one more major feature to finish before we go to version 1.0. But we do already have auto logins for Steam, Origin, Uplay, Battle.net, and Minecraft. So this is Team Fortress 2 is a Steam game, so we've gone ahead and done some configuration on the back end to know where to find Team Fortress 2. ggLeap already finds your Steam EXEs and your game EXEs for Steam, for the other types too, Origin, etc. You can put in Steam auto config here for additional launch parameters. Any other Steam launch parameter you want to put in there, you can. In this specific scenario, I'm going to say requires key equals no. And here's the big differences that I'll talk about here in a moment. If it's just enabled equals yes and requires key equals no, it's just going to find the Steam login and launch the Steam login for that user to log in their Steam account. If requires key is yes, it's going to look for a license pool of usernames and passwords to be able to auto log that game in and launch. All right? So I'll talk about licenses here in a second, but a common question that we have is, okay, I've got all these house accounts that I want to use for these different games. What if someone just wants to log into their Steam account? That's a super easy one. You just find Steam in our games catalog, click on Steam, make sure it's an executable, put in your Steam exe path, enabled equals yes, just like League of Legends, and save. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to talk about licenses. So we talked about the fact that if requires key is yes, it's going to look for a license pool. Okay, so what a license pool is basically a pool of house accounts. So if I wanted to create a new pool, I'll call this test demo pool, then you can put one or multiple games in there. So I'll say, I don't want to put Overwatch in there. I'll just say Portal and Gary's Mod. There we go. Then I'm going to save that pool. Okay, that license pool is saved. And here's my pool. So again, you give it a name, you put one or however many games are related to these accounts. You click on the pool, and then you say add license. Since both of those games are Steam games, I'm going to need to say Steam, then I'm going to need to put the username and password in. And you know, if I had, let's say, just 3 different logins for Portal and Gary's Mod, I would create 3 different logins and passwords here. Okay, so you can see the columns. Keys is 3, available equals 3. So back in the user interface, when they launch that game and it has requires key equals yes, it's going to look for a pool that has these games available. Okay, once it finds it and everything connects properly, it's going to auto log in to Steam with one of these licenses that is available, and only if it's available. It's going to automatically put in the login and password, log into Steam, and launch the game. Then your available amount is going to decrease by 1. So everything will be fine and dandy unless you don't have any more licenses. Then ggLeap will tell you there's no more licenses available for this game. So a lot of times what we recommend to LAN center owners is, hey, I would create 1 Steam account or 1 Origin account per game license per game. Meaning, if I was going to go buy 10 PUBG licenses, I would want to create eBash PUBG 1, eBash PUBG 2, eBash PUBG 3, just so that if you don't have a license pool full of popular games, your licenses don't run out faster, especially if you are a large-scale center. It sounds like a big pain in the butt, but that time you spend early on organizing your game accounts and your game licenses will pay off down the road as you get larger and expand. Okay, so that's game licenses. Back in games, I want to show you something that I just kind of skipped really quickly, and that is the Show Enabled button. So this is the initial view of all the games that we have in the catalog. If you just show enabled, you can see this again indicated by this little blue line. Those are going to be just the games that are available in your user interface and the ones that you want to offer up, both applications and games, to your center. So one other thing that I'd like to touch on in games is ggLeap does offer a handful of games available to our customers that are at the pro level or higher. And I'll talk about this here near the end. But we have licenses for Battlefield 1, Dawn of War 3, Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare 2. We have about 10 other indie games, $10 to $20 Steam games, where we have global license pools available for all of our customers at that level. They're not all AAA games, but we tend to add about 1 a month to our global license pool. So if any of those games are interesting to you, that's more savings that you can do. So Key number one, savings. You don't have to have a server in your center to run our administrator. Key number two, if you're at the pro level or higher, you get access to our global license pools. And that's another advantage of us being a cloud computing software. Okay, so I'm going to try not to go too much longer, but I just want to show you a few more things. So we talked about offers. Offers are a way to add time to an account and to associate a financial cost to it. So depending on how you do your business, you may do bulk hours, you may do day passes, what have you. You can all set that up in this offers category, and it's going to track the history of offers that you add to your users as they come in to pay for time. So if I were to create a new pass, and let's just say this is a 3-hour pass for $15. So I want to put the amount of time, the amount of money. It's bulk buy, which means just straight up hours. So someone comes in and they pay for 3 hours, they play for 2, that's going to keep 1 hour on their time down the road. That when they come back in, they're still going to have an hour on their account. Start on allocation. Start on allocation, you have more parameters here. So you want to think of this more as a day pass. So I'm open from 12 noon to 12 midnight, and my day pass cost is $20 for them to play all day. Start on allocation, you have a lot more parameters to it. So you can set it as a highest priority, which means this offer is going to run over and above any other offer on that user's account. You can say the eligible days, which all the ones in blue, so maybe this is just a weekday special. Eligible time, so again, I said it's from 12 noon to midnight. You can also do fixed start time, expires at a certain time, and expire after certain days. So we only want this day pass to go 1 day, so we would make sure to set that and then save. So I'm actually going to make this an Uber day pass, we'll call it that. One other thing, start on first use. Think of it more like an hour special. So you could, let's say 12 to 3 is like a happy hour on Tuesday, and you want to apply that. Same kind of deal. It's going to run from when it starts to when it ends. So I'm going to do this back to the way it was, and then I'm going to save it. So if I go back to day pass, you can see there's my Uber day pass. It's saved. I can edit it if I want to. Now I'm going to go back to users, and I'm going to right click on demo user, say add an offer, and I'm going to find that Uber day pass. Okay, it's got the details here. I add it to that user account, and you can see that's when the eyeball icon shows up in the offers. So I can click on that and see that this is the current offer on that user's account. This is how much time he's used out of that, and also if I needed to, I could remove that offer. Okay. So it is important to utilize offers so you make sure that you can track history. One thing that I will talk about when I get down here to reports is, we're very early on. This is still in beta, so like I said, it's very text-based, but it is very a powerful application that we've got going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over here really quickly, just so that you can see this is where we're going with ggLeap. So this is the future of what the admin's going to look like. So you can see there's a lot more information that you can see here. This is just a mock-up. It's not going to be the way it is exactly once we're finished, and it should be done within the next couple of months. We're working on it really hard because this is our last thing, is redoing the admin and adding a full-scale point-of-sale system. So a lot of people clamoring for it. A lot of our customers are utilizing a temporary point-of-sale until we get this into our admin, but it is coming because we've got a full team working on it. So this is just one mock-up. Here is another one, again showing total users versus new members and recent history, top 100 users in the center. Number 3, this is what the computers list is going to look like. So you are going to have a graphical view of your center floor, both with PCs and consoles. So we're excited to get this initial version 2, I guess, of the admin out there, and it is coming down the pipe. So just wanted to show you that really quickly. Now let's go over to employees. So you can create multiple employees, so each of your employees has a separate account. Employee credentials have different roles than center admins and full admins, so that they see different things than the main admin can. You can always right click and edit. Okay, I've got the wrong permissions. I can right click and edit this user, could change his role, allow him to unlock the machines, so on and so forth. And I guess I'll address that right now as well. I'm going to pop over to Team Viewer. We'll see if this lets me do it. So the one caveat that a lot of people ask us is, okay, well, you're cloud-based. What if our internet goes down? What are we going to do? And what I can do to ease your mind is, we rely on Amazon Web Services. So our software is robust enough that if the internet would ever go down, we do have backups now that we can quickly switch to. There really isn't anything that has kept us down for a long period of time. The only time we were down for a long period of time was a few months ago when the entire internet went ablaze, and there was really nothing we could do for about 4 hours. But something else that we have done in place is now we have an unlock mechanism. So if you guys are at the username screen, your internet goes down or our system goes down for whatever reason, you should be able to log in to your admin account via the client. Click login, and it should break the client. You would get to desktop so that you can go back to business as usual. So that was something that's been recommended for a long time, and we finally got it in the last few versions. And so we'll have less and less downtime as time goes on. Knock on wood, right now we've had about I knocked on my table, and now all my dogs are excited and barking. Knock on wood, we won't have any major issues down the road, but you never know. What I can say is that we act quickly and we get things back up as quickly as humanly possible. And with this unlock mechanism now, it should be a no-brainer of being able to continue business as usual, even if your web or our system goes down for any reason. Okay, so we're going to look at financial reports really quickly here. And what I will say about these right now is they're very much version 1.0. That you can see the breakdown of the amount of people that came in your store, how many offers were given. So there's a VIP day pass, 4 were sold for $40. Any offers that were removed. You can see the user list of people that came into your center. Any guest session information, if shown, would be there. So this is very version 1.0 of our report system. Along with the point of sale that's coming, there's going to be a lot more robust reports that you'll be able to have. And all I can say is sit tight. Right now we have over 250 centers around the world using our software. So they are managing without a full-scale point of sale, and excited about the future of ggLeap. Okay, just a second, I need to wet my whistle. All right, so I'm going to go back into computers here really quickly. And I'm going, so you can see when I unlocked the user interface, it went to admin mode. This can also be done by right-clicking and going to admin mode. That's what's going to break the client and get you back to the Windows desktop to do whatever you need to do. I'm restarting this PC, so if I pop it back to TeamViewer really quickly, you can see there that it's restarting and closing out. All right, so a couple more things. In center config, you have the ability that if you're just doing flat add time, you can change the hourly cost to whatever you want it to be. So if you're $5 hours all day long, you can just come into the configuration and add $5 per hour. We have a computer idle timeout, which if you say, okay, after every hour, I want my PCs to shut down because they're not being utilized, you have that ability. In the startup tab, since ggLeap starts in a shell, you have the ability to come in here and add commands for batch files or programs that you want to run before ggLeap gets started. This was, again, another feature wanted by our centers, so we made it happen. And I'll really say this, that we've been doing LAN centers for 13 years. So in that time, we've known a lot of center owners that have come and gone. And the biggest thing because we're building this software as LAN center owners, is it's a grassroots movement. We listen to our customers, we work with centers all the time, we consult with other centers that are getting started up, and we do our best to get the features that they want in there the most. And so, like I said, it's very much a grassroots movement, and we're very hungry to be a leader in this space, and we're working our butts off to make our software better every week. We hold an open Facebook open Facebook group for all the centers owners to be in there and to bounce ideas off of us. We make announcements in there. We almost do a new release every week with some sort of improvement or bug fix or whatever. We make sure that it's well known. Okay, so I'm going to stop there because I've got a lot more to talk about. Shift. So let's say your employee's logged in, they want to clock in, they can start and end a shift right here in ggLeap. When they end their shift, when the financial reports come out for the next day, there's not only the daily report but also a shift report, so that a manager can take a look at what that employee did on their shift. Backup. Even though this is Amazon Web Services and all the data's already backed up on that side of things, we did have requests for people to be able to manually download information and reports through ggLeap, where they can pull down a CSV and take a look at it. I'm sorry, not a CSV, but JSON data from ggLeap here, convert it into a CSV if they want to. So you do have that ability to manually download data as well. So that's about it. What I want to show you really quickly is a peek behind the scenes of a super user. So I was talking about how we can we put out new versions and releases every week. What we can do in here is we control what version you have. So we set a global version that everybody is at. Whenever we go to move to a new global version, we give everyone a lot of warning before we say, hey, this is going to be the global version, be ready. All you have to do as a center is restart your PCs. ggLeap knows that this center has this version, and if it's not the right version, it's going to close the client, auto-update it, restart the computer, and now you're at that version. But what's nice is that when we have these new releases that come out, we can allow you to test the release on one PC if you want to. So I could click on Terre Haute's center, and here's all of Terre Haute's PCs. So I can say, all right, I want to test this version on PC 1. We can set that for you. You restart the computer, it updates the client, and you can test that new version before moving all of your PCs to that major version. I believe our global version right now is 0.414. We've made a lot of improvements, and we're getting close to releasing 0.675, I believe, is the global version. Not anytime soon, but probably within the next week or so, we'll let centers know that this is going to be happening, because we've knocked out a lot of bugs in the last couple weeks. All right, so that's the ggLeap client and the ggLeap administrator. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to transition over to ggCircuit. And I want to be sure to talk about the fact that if you have a ggLeap subscription, you get ggCircuit right along with it. ggCircuit started a few years before we did ggLeap, and it is basically a 24/7 global LAN party. So we have over 300 centers that utilize or have utilized ggCircuit, and think of it a lot like going to a carnival and getting tickets by playing games, or if for Americans, going to Chuck E. Cheese and getting tickets for playing skee ball, or playing video games, getting points where you can redeem those points for prizes. That's the main premise to it. The purpose of it all is to have a different gaming experience than your customers can get at home. So there's a lot of different ways that they can earn ggCircuit coins. As you can see on ggCircuit.com, and anybody that's watching this can go out to ggCircuit.com, bounce around, and take a look at what we've got out there. So if I click on a user's profile, so I'm going to click on this Abdullah1. This is from 7 Gaming Zone. I believe he's in Lebanon or Pakistan. I can't remember, and he's going to be mad at me now, but that's okay. Purpose is this. Everybody that's in ggCircuit has a ggCircuit profile out there that shows their data. So you can see the total coins that they've earned, any coins that they've spent, any prizes that they've redeemed. What's really cool about this is you can see both their global and their center rank, and you can click on their rivals, and it's going to show where their friends are close to them and the amount of coins that they've got earned. So it's where friendly rivalries start. It makes your customers want to come back into the center and earn more coins to be up there in their rank and up there on the leaderboards. It's going to show you graphical information and statistics about their 7-day totals over the last 7 days, their coin breakdown of where their coins are coming from. So he's got almost 4,000 coins in just playing Dota 2, and hourly coins he's got 9,300. So really quickly, the main thing I talked about, linking League, Dota, and Smite. So you get 1 coin per minute that you're logged into your center. You get coins based on your match stats from League, Dota, and Smite, and we apply that as another way to earn coins. You can also earn coins by playing tournaments, which we'll talk about here in a moment. So it really is the gamification of a LAN center. What's really cool about this is that you can also see rivals just for Dota 2 in your center and globally. So this might take a little bit more time to load, I would imagine, since it's pulling global data. May want to let that do that for too long. But if I click See More, this is going to show all of the stats that you've gotten playing Dota 2 at your center location. Down a little further, you can see any of your recent prize history, any of the recent coins. So this is the coin amounts that he got per Dota 2 match, and then a bulk amount of coins here just for being logged in at his center. And you can see this information for every user. So let's say you play somebody in your center and you go look at their profile. You can actually see their summoner name or champion name or whatever they call it in Dota 2. And you can link to that person if you want to play them or get on their team for Dota 2. So that'd be a great way, a use of the center rivals here, so you know who your top Dota players are in your center, get to know them a little bit better. So just going here on the leaderboards, you can look at overall coins, you can look at coins per game. So if I clicked on League of Legends, Each of these game pages is going to specifically show you how you earn points once your game account is linked here in League of Legends. So these are the points that you get in your match for doing great things. You can also customize this data. So we've got different tables here: League of Legends leaders by points, per game totals, highest single game in a specific stat, who's got the best win streak based on the time frame. I can also customize this data down to a specific center. So if I wanted PC Gamers Hawaii and I just wanted this week's stats, I could filter that stuff out and I could see just for PC Gamers the stats in all these different league tables just for this week. I forgot to mention also that you as a center can see an overall profile for your information. So for PC Gamers Hawaii, it's going to show them how many coins that they've earned, how many coins that has been spent, where their location is, if they chose to have their links to their website and their Facebook page. It's going to show the breakdowns of coins for the center, and then also show leaders and recent prizes, just like the player profile, but this is for the actual center. So some very cool information there as well. So the other way to earn coins is through tournaments. So we are integrated with the challenge bracketing system. So as a center, you can go through here and you can create your own tournament. Doesn't have to be a video game, can be a board game, can be Tiddlywinks if you want to. But what's very cool about the tournament system is we already have integrated brackets. You use ggCircuit.com to update the match information. And so this tournament is actually completed, so you can see first, second, and third. You can see all of the players that entered this tournament. You can say view bracket. You can see the entire bracket of who won what match. You can open it up in a new window. Yeah. There you go. And this is actually the information that's out on the challenge system. So the kicker to all of this stuff is it's another way for your players to earn coins. So you saw this bracket. This person had multiple wins to get to the finals. You earn 50 coins just for participating in the tournament. 50 coins per match win. So each round, if you continued to win, you won 50 coins. And 50 coins for an overall tournament win. So that's something that you can do at your store if you run tournaments and you want these people to earn more coins. That's one way to do it. We as ggLeap, ggCircuit also run nationwide tournaments. So we'll ask a poll and say, hey, centers, who wants to be involved in a League of Legends tournament? Let's say we get 10 centers. And each of that center, you know, they have trouble getting teams, but they may only get two teams. But once we run that tournament, that's actually 2 teams per center at 10 centers. You have 20-team tournament that we, ggCircuit, ggLeap, run ourselves. We communicate with all the centers. We communicate with all the teams. We run the bracket. And it's an awesome way to have a nationwide tournament between center locations. Another thing that we do in ggCircuit is we have what's called seasons. So it's kind of hard to grasp your mind around this, but basically it's a global center versus center competition in skill coins, which are the coins for League, Dota, and Smite. So what we do is we take your top 5 players per week. We do an 8-week competition, and we provide prizes to top players and top centers. We do our version of the Stanley Cup trophy. We call the ggCircuit Cup. And it's a way for you to rally your community around a competition that's worldwide and to get your name out there. One of the things that we did this season was we provided prize crates to centers. So we spent money getting keyboards, mice, headsets, mouse pads from a company called eBlue. And we spent some money and we provided these to a center at a deep discount. So what was really cool about this, and I don't really have a picture available right now, but what was cool about this is we provided medals for each player, weekly medals, an overall trophy, and the centers that got these prize crates were able to give prizes out to their players. So it was awesome to see that our medals, our trophies, and the peripheral prizes we sent out all over the world, people were taking pictures during the season. So it's just a really awesome way to reach out to our network and provide incentives for players to come into your center and play games and have a different gaming experience than they can get at home. Okay, so I'm talking out the wazoo about these coins. What can you do with these coins? Well, I am in as an admin in here, but there's two different ways. Number one, just like the local tournaments, you can create your own local prize vault, and you have complete control over it. So you can add stuff like free hours, you can add day passes, you can add snacks, drinks, swag if you've got some stuff laying around that you just want to give away to your players. You are not required to create a prize vault, but it's something that would be pretty cool for you to do as a reward to your players. Again, you can control the complete coin economy of your prizes, but we as ggLeap, ggCircuit also provide global prizes to all of our customers at no extra cost to you. So we go out to game developers and companies and we get digital content for games, we get game licenses, we get skins. So just example, Atlas Reactor loot packs. And here's a game called Coffin Dodgers, and here's a Smite skin. And we set a price to that, but it's digital content. So all your users have to do is verify an email address. And then when they redeem their coins for that prize, that digital prize goes directly to their email. They get the code, and then they can redeem it in Steam or Origin or wherever that code needs to be redeemed. But at no extra cost to you, we do that for you as ggLeap, ggCircuit. Okay, how do I redeem these coins? Well, you just go to your admin, you go to redeem coins. This is the way it is right now. We will be adding it into the user interface. So I pick this user. He's got a balance of 98 coins. So he doesn't really have a lot of coins to spend. But once he gets 100 coins, he could get, these different prizes. And so you just pick the prize, you purchase it. Depending on if it's an actual tangible prize, you just give it to them. If it's a digital prize, like I said, it goes directly to their email. And again, this marketplace, this digital marketplace, will be there on the ggLeap UI in the next few months. Okay, if that wasn't awesome enough, one thing that we also do is provide center resources for these centers. So you'll see things like a prize spinner where you can add your own prizes onto a wheel, and your players can take a look at this stuff. Actually, I'll just show it really quickly. So I'm going to pick Albanian Gaming Arena High Sokol if you're out there. I'm going to say your player name spinner, and let's say text orientation. This is for Season 6, Week 1, but I'm going to submit that. And now you see, here's the prize wheel. So, we gave those prize crates out. So this is a great way to do a random prize giveaway to all of the players that participated in the ggLeap Season 1. So that user then got whatever prize they were giving away. Back in the center resources, we also have these full screen sliders, which I'll show you here in a moment. This is stuff that we recommend to put on monitors, to put on TV, so that your center can see a pulse of what's going on in your store. And I'll show you this here in a second. What else do we have in here? Website widgets. We have Facebook tabs. We have a YouTube channel which has our Twitch casts on it where we talk about the LAN center business and what's going on with ggLeap, ggCircuit. We have marketing materials, which is a huge thing for centers that may not have graphic design capabilities. Any Photoshop files, marketing materials that we create that have graphics in them, we try to create them high quality, either PSDs or Illustrator files, so that you can pull those down, put your logo on them, print them out just as if you made them. And we do our best to keep that stuff updated. So let's take a look at this thing. It's called the Fullscreen Slider. That's what it's called. And what we've tried to do here is pull information from our API so that you can see this stuff on a TV, on a monitor, and recognize your players. It's just another thing that we try to do to make the gaming experience different. So we put in advertisements on prizes that are available. We show, this was for the season 6, the global finals leaders. We also do the center season leaders. This stuff is going away since season 6 is there. We show videos of the top 10 daily leaders in your store. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So this is going to roll through those really quickly. Specific data for League of Legends. So this is weekly champion damage at this center. And notice that it's branded for your center. We show, this is Dota information, the kill to death ratio. Here is just the weekly leaders in your store, total amount of coins. So all kinds of cool stuff that we show in here in regards to keeping that competition going, keeping that global LAN center, LAN party 24/7 around the world going, and keeping it exciting for your players so that they can see their name in lights. Win-loss for Dota, latest coins earned. You get the point. So everybody has access to this that is at a certain level of ggLeap, ggCircuit. Okay, I think that I have talked about just about everything. I'm sure that I forget a thing or two, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up ggLeap.com right now and just talk about our pricing. So we have different packages for you: Light, Standard, Pro, and Enterprise. And you can go to ggLeap.com, click on pricing. The main difference has to do with the amount of PCs, not consoles, just PCs in your store. So if you have 20 or less PCs, you can do $29 a month. Up to 40 PCs, $59 a month. 99, that's that special pro level where I was talking about. We have the free global game licenses. It's up to 60 PCs, and again, $99 a month. The support for the different the less PCs you have, the slower the support's going to be. That's so that we can focus on our higher scale clients, just kind of the way it is. But as it stands right now, like I talked about earlier, we do have open Skype and Facebook chats with all of our clients right now. So we answer stuff really quickly, and I think anybody that you find on ggLeap right now will let you know that we do support them very quickly. The enterprise level is something that we would negotiate. It would be something more than 60 PCs, where we would create a custom quote for you in regards to your monthly cost. So if you decide you want to do a subscription to ggLeap, you can just go here to ggLeap.com, go to pricing. For any of these packages, you can click purchase. It'll take you to PayPal to set up your subscription. Once you set up your subscription, it takes about a day for us to set up your server, and then you go to town. Like I said, we create your support chat. We're there if you have any issues or questions setting up. And it's a really easy system to get set up and going. Just really quickly, I'm just going to show you just a handful of our centers who supported us very early on in this software grassroots endeavor, and we're very appreciative of their help and their support along the way. We are up to, like I said, about 250 locations around the world using ggLeap. And so if you wanted to look these guys up on Facebook or go to their websites and say, hey, what's the good and bad and pros and cons of ggLeap? I'm not going to say we're perfect. There's pros and cons of our software, but we are unique and we are striving to be the best in this space. Gosh, what else? Oh, I guess one last thing that I would like to say is that if you want to do more than the monthly cost, this is very limited. We only have a few spaces left, but we do have long-term savings tiers that you can tap into to have long-term savings with ggLeap. The best examples I can give you is, you know, you're going to be in business for 3 or 4 years. It's a no-brainer to do a long-term deal with us in regards to our software. If you are planning to open more than one location, again, these tiers are a no-brainer to go out there and get the long-term savings, because you will come in at an access tier for a certain amount, and your second location will be free with ggLeap. So if you have big plans to build esports arenas all over the world, all over the US, whatever, make sure you ask us about those special tiers. Like I said, we only have a few spots available left. So the last thing I'm going to touch on just really quickly, I just want to again reiterate that the last feature before 1.0 is the point of sale system that we're going to integrate into our user interface, and it's going to be available in the next couple of months. So we're happy to provide you any information. We're happy to provide you a software development roadmap of where we are right now and what we're going to build before 1.0. We're happy to answer any questions. If you would like to contact us, you can send an email to info, I-N-F-O, @ggCircuit.com, or you can get to us on our Facebook pages, you know, ggLeap, facebook.com/ggLeap or facebook.com/ggCircuit, or just do a Google search. You know, we're out there, ggLeap and ggCircuit. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you hanging in there. This is just something that I wanted to do so that we could get people who don't want to take the time to do a walkthrough actually seeing our software. A lot of people ask for demos. This is what we like to do before we give them a demo. So one of our requirements is, if you want to walk through, we can provide this to you, and then we can give you access to a demo server to try out ggLeap for yourself, to make sure it's what you want before you purchase a subscription. So that's it for me. I'm Jason McIntosh with ggLeap and ggCircuit. Again, thank you for your time.